Got a lot going on this weekend, though. Golf,
Shit.
racing,
Soccer.
training camp, soccer, the real foot, Messi. Yes, sir.
Shit, I was even looking at the, they had some friendly games, so it was a lot going on, man.
A lot going on, man. Welcome back to the Man to Man Pod. It is Monday, July 24th already, and the summer is winding down. Parents, school right around the corner. About that time to get some school shot. I'm one half of the pod. Darius Butler got my co-host Antoine Bethea.
What it do?
Not too much, man. How was your weekend, man?
Man, good weekend, man. A weekend where could finally just relax for a little bit, spend some time with the fam, man. The kids got a lot of pool time, so good weekend, man. Refreshed, ready to get this Monday started right.
Hey, same. Refresh. Ain't got my workout in yet. Ain't got my 30 minutes in yet. Didn't do much pool this week. We did get a chance to hit the beach, though.
Okay.
Early. Beat the sun. Got to beat the sun down here this time of year. So we got there early, about 6-something in the morning to catch the sunrise, which I don't care how many times I do it. It's always just a breathtaking experience seeing that, sun peek over those calm, still waters down here in the Atlantic, man. But had some racing. We talked about it a little bit. Obviously, always have some sports to catch up on. We got a lot to talk about today, man.
Nah, facts, man. We talking about this running back market. That's still a hot topic out there, man. And as you see, they had a Zoom call with some of the top running backs. So we're gonna jump into that. What's our division today? We took AFC North.
We're gonna go back AFC North. I know I did it when it was solo, but I gotta have your input, your feedback, especially being that one of your teams and one of your favorite quarterbacks are in this division. So we definitely got to talk about this division. I think it's gonna be one of the best divisions in football this year.
Agreed.
What else? With the Bengals.
Messi. Oh, you said it,
Messi, big. I mean, that was like a storybook start.
Oh man.
For your Inter Miami career, penalty kick. We'll talk about a lot of big names in the building, a lot of GOATs in the building to watch that happen.
Yeah.
Madden ratings. We always talked about. We've had some different conversations about Madden, how big it was, how important it was to us. The first time we saw ourselves on a video game, and no matter how old you get, I know at least for me, you always check that first. All right, what's my rating this year? What they got me a step slower. They bumped me up. They got me right. So that's always a topic for conversation for this time of year.
And we got a huge fight this Saturday, man.
Huge.
Man, this is going to be big. I think, they're going to take over Las Vegas, man. Spence and Crawford, I think this is one of the fights that, probably one of the biggest fights in a long time. So we're going to talk about that. I'm definitely going to ask you your prediction in that fight. But again, like you said, I think we'll have some great conversation. In the chats, family, ask some questions, man. Definitely, we want to interact with you guys as always, man. So looking forward to it.
You know what?
What's up?
Jerseys too. A lot of teams been announcing and showing these throwback jerseys.
Yeah.
I saw you with Rob, Weeze. Y'all was having a little conversation of who would have been the stankiest in that jersey. We definitely go talk about that.
We definitely gonna talk about that. I got some. We're gonna get on that.
A lot to talk about, man. And this great podcast, the Man to Man Pod, is brought to you. It's presented by FanDuel Sportsbook, #1 sports book in the land. I'll talk about a parlay that I hit this weekend too.
Okay.
Hey, so there's a lot of people that put out these parlays for people, for these different sports book companies. Just be putting them out. Hey, I'm gonna do. When I put my shit out, it's some thought in it. It's some research that goes into it. I take notes. You know what I mean?
Got deep ahead. Tap in with my guy.
Hey, I got the best winning percentage amongst the. Hey, but that's neither here nor there, man. But we got a lot to get to on the other side of this amazing intro. So we'll see y'all on the other side.
Yes, sir.
talking, man to man. They can't guard me, man to man. They don't wanna see us, man to man. They don't know how to beat us, man to man. Man to man, man to man, man to man, yeah, man. Must be the struggle that's in me, that's why I want it so bad. Must be the hustler in me that keep my foot on the gas. When you got it from nothing, then hard times ain't so bad. Just know I'm coming for everything that they said I couldn't have. I put my life inside it, yeah, I kept it solid. Yeah, I played the field, that's how I feel about it. We put numbers on the board, we always up the score. Yeah, we stuck to the plan and never ran. Now they can't see us, man. Yeah, we talking, man to man. They can't guard me, man to man. They don't wanna see us, man to man. They don't know how to beat us, man to man. Man to man. Man to man.
Any way we can get it, baby. Any way we can get it.
Yeah, man to man. Yeah, we talking, man to man. They can't guard me, man to man. They don't wanna see us, man to man. They don't know how to beat us, man to man. Man to man. Man to man. Man to man. Yeah, man. Must be the struggle that's in me, that's why I want it so bad. Must be the hustler in me that keep my foot on the gas. When you got it from nothing, then hard times ain't so bad. Just know I'm coming for everything that they said I couldn't have. I put my life inside it, yeah, I kept it solid. Yeah, I played the field, that's how I feel about it. We put numbers on the board, we always up the score. Yeah, we stuck to the plan and never ran. Now they can't see us, man. Yeah, we talking, man to man.
Yo.
Yeah.
You got me?
Are you good?
Yeah, we good over here. Had the situation shit, as long as we good now, though. Had to run it back twice. Man to man.
Nah, we ain't mad at it. Right. Shout out to Yoko, man. We said it once before, man. We'll get Yoko on here, man. Yoko is the young gentleman who did the intro for us, man. 757 native, man. So we definitely gonna get him on here, man. He has a great story, man. And look,
I can't wait to get him on. I ain't gonna lie, I was bopping over here again, like my first time hearing it.
Every time. Man, hey, let's get it started, D-Buck. Hey, we talked about we've been talking about, and it's hot news right now, just as far as like the running back market, and unfortunately where it is and the state that it is right now. It's been reported that some of the top backs got together on a Zoom call. And for the listeners that can't see, there was a list of running backs that attended a Saturday Zoom call to discuss their declining market. And a list of those guys were Saquon Barkley, Derrick Henry, Josh Jacobs, Jonathan Taylor, Christian McCaffrey, Tony Pollard, Nick Chubb, Najee Harris, Aaron Jones, Joe Mixon, and J.K. Dobbins. And this Zoom call was initiated by the Chargers running back, Austin Eckler, who organized it. And a source who was invited to the call confirmed all the players that was in attendance, man. And my question to you is, having this Zoom call with some of the top running backs, like, do you think this Zoom call will move the needle any? Unfortunately, like, I have my thoughts on it. Like, I think it's great to see the guys come together and try to figure out, what they could do individually as a group. But do you think having this Zoom call could move the needle, help move the needle any?
I mean, I'm definitely interested to hear your take on this, Ben. Obviously, you played for a long time, but now you know, behind the scenes more so, you know, on the agent side of things. So you're seeing how things are going from that standpoint. But I mean, it's like it's just business, man. It's the market. And unfortunately, like when you got the same people controlling these budgets and they get on the same page, like you kind of get cornered. And that's what it is in a lot of different industries. And the same thing with football. We've seen it happen with safeties to an extent. We've seen it happen with tight ends. You know, you got certain tight ends that say, hey, I'm lining up. I think Jimmy Graham, or I forget which tight end years ago, was in a big dispute, you know, saying basically, I'm a receiver. There's no reason Travis Kelce shouldn't be a top 5 paid, like in that wide receiver market. He's doing the same thing, if not better than what these wide receivers are doing as far as a pass catcher target. But for the running backs, man, it's just you've seen it too many times where you can get production out of guys, you know, drafted late or taken in free agency. You get a guy 3-4 years in his first rookie contract and then let him go, let him walk, and your team doesn't suffer much if you get it right at the quarterback position. I think a lot of people miss that part. So unfortunately, these guys are kind of just stuck in a jam right now. I don't think this Zoom call necessarily will move any needle, especially when I feel like every step of the way, everything these guys are doing is getting leaked an hour later. It's like, all right, this was it. What was in the Zoom call? Okay, this is some of the things that they like. Exaggerating injuries was one of the things we saw coming out of. I don't know how much that will work, how true that even is. But I think, you know, these players only meetings and stuff like this, they used to be kept under wraps. And I think you're more powerful when you do things that way. But unfortunately, I just think the running backs just are in a bad position. We talked about on the show, like, you got a son playing football, get him out of that running back position, put him at quarterback, put him at receiver, because that market, I mean, it's just tough. You draft one, you get good years out of them, and you let them walk. Like, it's tough right now, unfortunately, because these guys deserve their money. They put their bodies on the line. They perform. A guy like Saquon, like that team kind of goes as Saquon goes. So it's tough, man. What's your thoughts on it, though?
Nah, man, I'm with you, man. And I always talk about it like it's always being a former player. It's like it's two sides of it, right? It's the business of the league, and then it's the love and the respect that you have of the guys that goes out there and perform. On the business side, it's like, you know, you got 32 owners, right?
Yeah.
Those 32 owners, 10 times out of 10, they want to do the best for their team financially. And that's how they're going to move. That's how they're going to operate 100% of the times. Whereas and I get that. If you run a business, if you run a corporation, like that's how you're going to try to do things.
Yeah.
On the flip side, you have these players, Saquon or Josh Jacobs, Christian McCaffrey, Derrick Henry, who's very, very valuable to their team. And you look at their position, the shelf life is probably the shortest of all positions in football. One of the positions that, you know, every time they're on the field, they're getting touched somehow, some way. So you want to be able to see these guys get paid, you know, their value. Unfortunately, just being a realist, I don't think the Zoom call is going to help move the needle any, because as we've seen in other situations in the NFL, where, yeah, you might have a group of guys that's like, and unfortunately in this case, it's the top guys that's going to be, hey, let's get together, let's try to figure out what we can do. But hey, like you said, you be able to go, and it's been documented, it's been proven where you can get a running back in the 6th round or 5th round. You know, so again, I don't think it's going to move the needle. I hope it does. And for guys that's saying like, hey, sit out, I definitely wouldn't advise that, because again, you just said that, you know, you have the shortest shelf life at the position that you play. If you take a year off, like that's just, you know, eating into your, you know, gaining wealth and all of that. You know what I'm saying? So again, man, it's an unfortunate situation. Hate to see it.
Yeah.
And you know, you seen Le'Veon Bell came out and said, like, you know, I looking back on it, I regret out. Even though he was able to go to the Jets and get
Jets.
a lucrative deal. He regretted making that decision. So again, man, at times, man, you got to stand for what you believe in.
Absolutely.
That's if you truly believe, like, hey, I'm gonna do this for the guys that's coming behind me. Shit, more power to you. Salute. And I'm with you, but you definitely got to think this whole situation through.
Yeah, I wouldn't advise it, and I don't know why the rule is, or maybe I just don't understand it, and maybe it does make sense at some point, but I hate that there is a deadline for the deal to get done when somebody's on a franchise tag. Like now that they didn't hit that, what was it, 17th? I think they didn't hit that deadline by 4:00. Now they have to play, like they can't negotiate a deal at this point. I don't understand that. I don't get that. I don't like that because now there is no real leverage for Josh Jacobs or for Saquon Barkley or for Tony Pollard. Like people say, oh, don't show up till week 1 or don't show up till week 10 because you get the accredited season. And that rarely ever works out positively for the guy. And even your body, like my opinion, you got to play football to be in football shape.
No question.
And you could do all the working out, all the chains, all the pushing sleds, all the hill runs. You can do all that shit. But until you start playing football and you start getting them little muscles sore in different areas and you start doing those explosive movements that are 100% reactive, that's the only way you work your body into that football shape. So showing up week 6 into the season or missing training camp, that's not going to work out for you. It sounds good, but you don't have any leverage. It's not like every day they're missing you. It's like, oh, we got to get this deal done. Like, you either going to play on this tag or you're not. So at this point, unfortunately, you show up, you do your job, and the chemistry between the player and their front office, it ain't going to be there, obviously. You're going to be looking at them sideways. You can talk about respect all you want, or how much we value you. We know that's only spoken by the dollar. The dollar amount you've given me, that's how much you value and respect me as a player. In that locker room, as players, we all understand everybody got their business to handle, and then we're there. We're trying to get the job done and win games. So it's really tough, man, for these guys, and you hate to see it. And people say, oh, the Giants paid Daniel Jones, X amount of dollars for a different position, different market. They expect, it's a lot more likely that Daniel Jones is going to play 90+% of his games for the next 5 years as it is any running back, not just Saquon, but any running back. You're going to look at it and say, okay, so he's going to play 90% of his games. So it's tough, man. It's real tough, but I understand the business side of it. I damn sure understand where the players are coming from. I feel like there's a lot of people out here just talking and just making up these scenarios of these fantasy world things where, we can figure it out. It's going to get done this way or that way. I don't see it really changing in the near future. But we'll see, man. We'll see. But yeah, I hate to see all these leaks too coming out of these players only meetings, but hopefully something gets figured out for these backs, man.
And the only way I see the market changing is if the game changes. So if the game goes back to when it was 12 personnel, 21 personnel, when you had a fullback and a running back in the back, like, I can see the value of the running back then. But now, like, everything is 11 personnel. We're off top, first down, you got 3 receivers. You know what I mean? You got 3 receivers on the field. You got a tight end. Even that position has gone.
That's a receiver.
Basically.
At this point, like, if you got a guy that – it's a bonus if you got a guy that can be an inline blocker. But like when you draft and if a tight end is going, I could have my eyes closed and never see the guy play in college. If he's going first round, if he's going top 10, top 20, I know he is a dynamic receiving threat. It's not like a guy who's, like you said, 12, 13 personnel, we're going to be out there and he just moving people, bulldozing people in the line of scrimmage. No, he's splitting out. He's going to be a mismatch against the linebacker and the safety, even the corner, because the corner probably will be too small. So like you said, unless the game changes, which with everything that the rules and the money and how that looks, it looks like it's going to continue to be a passing league.
Sure.
Everybody's going to try to find the next Patrick Mahomes to compete because he looks like he's going to be there. You got Joe Burrow, you got Jalen Hurts, you got Lamar, you got all these different quarterbacks that does it different ways. But that quarterback position I feel like has become more and more and more important in the National Football League, which unfortunately has minimized the running back position with the rules, the money, and everything around it. But it's tough, man.
It is.
It is tough. That's the reality we live in, unfortunately.
But also, before we move on, you can have owners and negotiators to be like, F what everybody else is doing. I value my guy, and I'm gonna pay my guy.
Yeah.
So
for sure, we saw it happen to Dallas with Zeke.
Exactly. So it could be a situation where that could move the needle a little bit, where we know how, let's just say our home team, for instance, right? We know Irsay is a winner.
If JT run us to an AFC championship or a Super Bowl,
JT will get paid whatever JT wants to get paid. So again, that could be a situation where the needle could be moved slightly. So again, it could be a situation where an owner, I was out there like, look, we need this guy to win. No ifs, ands, buts about it.
Yeah.
Let's pay him, and pay him over whatever that running back market is. So again, it could still be some ways around it, but it's tough. It's tough.
You got to think about it too. When is the last time in the National Football League a running back has basically ran their team to the Super Bowl? Where that guy's been like, whether we handing the ball, handing and throwing to him, like that's the primary reason. Obviously, we know it's a team game. It takes quarterback coaching, injury, being lucky, all that shit. But like you can look at like last team I could probably think of was like maybe Marshawn Lynch, Seattle. But even Russ, I think, was still like a young Pro Bowl quarterback. So it wasn't like he just, but beast mode was the
piece of that
offense.
Seeing what happened when they put the ball, but that's another story. But I mean you right. You right, but
Jamal Lewis, they had a all-time defense.
But football minds know, man. You got to be able to run that tater, man, to get to that point.
Yeah. And you got a lot of quarterbacks now who could Jalen Hurts.
Outside of Patrick Mahomes, you need somebody out. You need somebody in that backfield, man, who can run that tater, man.
We'll see. That's another conversation for another day.
Yeah.
Sticking on running backs before we move on. Unfortunately, big injury happened. But I got former coach Nyheim Hines suffered. Tom Pelissero's tweet this morning before we went live. Bills running back Nyheim Hines suffered a significant knee injury before training camp, an off-site knee injury. So he took a pay cut last year, I believe, and his salary this year is supposed to be fully guaranteed. But once you get injured off-site, away from the facility, basically, it's really up to the team to still say, hey, we're going to pay you X amount of dollars, or now we have the out in the contract and we only have to pay you so much. So we'll see how the Bills handle this. I remember Terrell Suggs some years ago, like towards Achilles or something, playing basketball. Yeah. And the Ravens still said, we still going to pay you full tilt. But so we'll see how the Bills handle this, but definitely a tough break for our guy, Hines, man. Speedy recovery for sure. He's supposed to miss the entire season, unfortunately.
Somebody just put it in the chat that he was on a jet ski and somebody ran into him while he was on the jet ski. I'm trying to see who I just read it here in the chat.
Damn.
I'm trying to see who put it up here, but yeah, that's unfortunate, man. And again, man, you just talk about, Trashy did. Yeah, here we go right here. Shout out Trashy. While sitting stationary on the jet ski, Nyheim Hines was struck by another rider and sustained serious but non-life-threatening injuries. Hines will require surgery and will miss the entire 2023 season, man.
That's tough.
So I hate to hear that. But again, man, you got to be careful. Talk about the jet skis and the four-wheelers and stuff. Obviously, guys want to go out and have a good time, especially, before you get back to camp, because it's going to be a grind.
Yeah.
But speedy recovery.
For sure. And like you said, he was sitting stationary. That's tough. And people, get out there and be wilding on them jet skis. It don't even sound like that's what he was doing, but kind of wrong place, wrong time. Like you said, chilling, probably vacation or something before reporting, man. That's real tough to see. What else we got as we move through these different stories? A lot of teams with these throwbacks, announcing the throwbacks. You got the Colts, the Titans, the Seahawks, the Bucks going back to them ugly ass creamsicles. I hate them. They're probably the worst, in my opinion, because they were never good in them. Even the Jets came out with the throwbacks, man. Where you any of these you like more than the others? What's your favorite throwback so far that we're gonna see on the field this upcoming fall in the NFL?
I just picture myself, you know what I'm saying, swagging these Jones out, you know what I mean? And if I had my choice, which one would it be? And looking at these right now, it would be the Jets.
Oh.
So I like the Colts. I feel like that's what you was talking about. Robert Mathis, he tweeted, me, Cato, Dominic Rose, and Reggie was like, who will be the cleanest? And obviously, I said 4-1. But I like the Colts. I definitely like the Seahawks. But those Jets, I could have done a lot of damage in them white Jones right there. Some all white socks, maybe some white cleats, or throw it off and
get them all white. Ooh.
Or throw it off and put some green cleats, green gloves, all white socks.
I know the fat boys ain't like the all whites too much, but I used to love the all whites. But I ain't gonna lie, these joints pretty tough. The quote, I'll put the Bucks in the last place based on the ones we have here. Bucks would be last place. Unfortunately, I think our Colts would be second to last on this list.
I say Tennessee. I just don't like it.
Ooh, crazy. Them throwback Oilers jerseys?
The jerseys. We're talking the uniform. Look at the uniform. Look at this shit. Like like, come on, man. Like Derrick Henry, he stank right now.
Them shit's tough.
The jerseys look good.
Them shit's tough. I don't know what you're talking about, AB. Them jerseys tough.
So I like the jerseys.
You throw it off with the red too?
The uniform is not it right now. Now, if you put some blue pants and some all blue socks or something like that, or throw it all, but with the blue jerseys and then the white socks, and then you got the blue and white socks, it's nah.
Oh no, AB. I'm gonna have the low whites with some hard ass, mostly white, little bit of baby blue and red cleats. Now probably white gloves, probably white sleeves, a white helmet. Them joints tough. But anyway, I'm gonna go Bucks last place, Colts second to last, Jets probably after that, then them Oilers, but them Seahawks jerseys.
Them joints tough.
Tough. Them shit's tough. They had a picture of it up there, just the logo, and they was like, who's the first player you think of when you see the throwback Seattle logo? My first one that jumped in my mind was one of my old teammates, Sean Springs. That was one of my favorite corners on the video games back in the days, having like 98, 99 speed. Number 3 overall pick out of Ohio State. He used to remind me every chance he got when I was a rookie in the league. A lot of people, when I posted that, a lot of people replied. Steve Largent, Sean Alexander, I think, got a lot of.
Yeah, Ricky Waters, man.
Ricky Waters. Well, that was your answer, I'm assuming?
Yeah, Ricky Waters. Yeah, that's a fact.
Yeah, Ricky Waters is tough. But I like to see the NFL doing different things like this. I just wish we got a little more of this.
Yeah,
when we were playing.
Yeah,
but yeah, these jerseys tough though. I can't believe that's your thoughts on that Oilers jersey, man. I thought you had a little more swag than that. Man.
I said the jersey is tough. The jersey is tough. You know what I'm saying? But the uniforms and the helmet, I go the top, below, above the waist, but just the way they put it together, I can't rock with it.
I guess I shouldn't be surprised. AB not liking some Titan shit, but it is what it is, man. Moving on some. I guess there was some football. Football, man. Messi made his way to Miami. Really, if you really a South Florida resident, he really playing in Fort Lauderdale, and it's crazy to see because I just drove by the stadium yesterday, the day before. The stadium he playing in is actually the stadium I practiced in. We had an all-star game, Broward versus Dade, and that was like our practice stadium. So they still haven't built Inter Miami's real stadium that they've been promising us since, for a few years now. It's supposed to be done in 2025. But we got, what's it called now? Drive Pink Stadium, I believe, in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Old Lockhart. So if you're really from the crib, we really got Messi playing in Lockhart Stadium. That's insane. But it was crazy to see. As you can see up top, a lot of goats. A lot of goats showed up. Let me move this brand. A lot of goats showed up for this. We got LeBron in there. Right next to him, Groupman, big restaurant guy down here. Serena Williams, the GOAT, Kim K. I mean, a lot of people hate on her and that family, but I think they got two billionaires, 2 billionaires sisters. So she might be on the GOAT page somewhere too. But shout out to Messi, man, in the game. Did you see how the game ended?
I did, and I don't think you could draw it up any better, man. First off, obviously he hasn't played in a couple months, man. So, obviously the team subbing him in, and obviously the crowd went crazy.
I think he came in like the 53rd or 57th minute.
Introduction was wild, but then again, like you said, just how he was able to finish the game, scoring the winning goal, man. I don't think you can write a better beginning of Messi coming down south, man. So I told the wife, and I'm like, man, when they come down to Charlotte, looked on the schedule, like we in the building. So
yeah.
So it's dope, man. It's dope for the Floridians. Dope for Major League Soccer. I love to see it, man.
Yeah, I love to see it, man. Like you said, perfect beginning to this career for the MLS, for Apple TV, for Adidas, and definitely for Inter Miami. You couldn't draw it up any better. I wasn't watching the game live. My boy Ty was. He said, "Hey, that call, that penalty, get him on that penalty kick, that free kick. It was kind of suspect." But I said, "Shit, what you expect, bro? I ain't seen the penalty yet, but I seen the penalty kick."
Hey, did you see when he was running on the field? Even the ref had to stop. You know what I'm saying? Gave him the pound and everything. Dapped him up and everything. Like,
hey,
look, man.
I ain't mad at him. They got that call in. Hey, y'all know what time it is.
Hey, say less. Say less. We got you, baby.
Hey, but I ain't mad at it, man. Here's the goal right here.
Messi! Couldn't have been any other way!
And I really wish we could have the full Spanish call. Call in Spanish, because obviously if you watch any soccer, any football, the Spanish commentary versus the American or English comment is no comparison. It's just, I don't know, it's just different. Even when I play the FIFA game, first thing I go into the settings and I got to change the language to Spanish. But that what a moment. What a moment for Messi. What a moment for Miami.
Hey.
In the game of soccer in America, I think this will get a lot more kids, eyes on the game, seeing it, playing it at a younger age, and maybe more players, may choose this route, man. But shout out to Messi and Inter Miami.
My son loves it, man. He loves soccer. But looking at that kick, bro, you see the placement of that ball,
bro. Like, and people look at it and be like, "Yo, what is the goalie doing? How can he get there?" But he put that thing top left corner. Like it was. That's like a layup to him. Like that's what he does. Top left corner. Like, let me see this one more time. Messi! You can't do nothing about that.
Can't do nothing about that.
You can't do nothing about that. That's tough. That's tough. But shout out to my guy. Hey, shout out to my squad. Shout out to my squad in Miami.
Hey, another notch, huh? Another team on the jump.
You better believe it. And staying in the soccer lane real quick. This is just something you got to talk about. This. Jeez. Tweet from Front Office Sports. Man. Saudi club Al Hilal, I think I said that right, has offered a world record package for Kylian Mbappé. Mbappé, I think, currently is the best player in soccer. Was a teammate with Messi and Neymar over at PSG. They offered him 1 year, $1.1 billion, $332 million transfer fee. Now, AB, I'm not sure if you know or not. Does that go to the team PSG? Or does Mbappé get any of that?
I think it goes to the team.
Okay.
But don't quote me on that. I think it goes to the team.
Okay. So
Chat, y'all can help us out on that one.
Yeah, $332 million transfer fee to PSG. So that goes to the team. And then a $776 million. That's $776 million salary for 1 season for Mbappé. And then after that, the deal would allow him to depart for free next summer to Real Madrid. Man, I mean, I don't know how you say no to that.
Hey, that's tough. I mean, I know
personally,
Saudis, man, they cheating, man.
They got that monopoly money, man.
They cheating, man.
What you saying to that when your agent give you that call?
I'm firing my agent for even calling me and asking me if I want to go. Like, what you mean? Like, what you talking about? $776 million for a year? Like, why are you calling me? Like, so I guess our relationship ain't real because you don't even know who you're dealing with.
You should have forged my signature by now.
Man, what? Man.
Only agent I need to talk to right now is a real estate agent over there in Saudi somewhere.
Man.
For this year rental.
Man, what? 776? Come on, D-Buck.
That's nuts, bro.
Come on, man.
That's nuts, man. 776. So obviously they ain't playing fair.
At all.
And then you could leave, and then he could leave for Real Madrid. I'm assuming that's the only team, or that's the team that he's been rumored to go to next. But wow, that's crazy, man. When they start this Saudi football league, don't be surprised.
Hey.
37 right now. Don't be surprised 38.
And what? Boy, about that backpedaling to Miami's and everything.
Jersey's gonna be weak, too. I already know it. I'm out there. I'm just sweating them joints out. Man, wow. So yeah, the money is crazy. We obviously seen what's going on with the Live Tour and golf. I think probably tennis is probably gonna be the next sport that we see going like that because they're a bunch of independent contractors as well.
Yeah.
But we'll see what happens with the NFL. But we don't have it in the brands here. The sale was finalized and voted through for the Washington Commanders. So that ownership group has, taken control. Magic Johnson's a part of that group. What's the main guy's name? Forget already.
I forgot.
Yeah, I forgot already. Damn, that's crazy. Josh. We'll get it. Somebody throw it in the chat. But that sale went through for $6 billion. Owners were a little disappointed that the Commanders didn't get more. But that's a good move, I believe, already for the league. And Josh Harris.
Yep.
And his group has taken over with the Commanders. So, but yeah, we'll see how long the Saudis stay out of football. American football, that is. But let's just say I expect to see Mbappé in Saudi next year.
Hey, I expect it too. Unless, unless the team come Real Madrid. Well, I don't know. I don't know how you say no to that.
Yeah, man. So shout out to Front Office Sports, always keeping us updated on the Twitter. Speaking of Twitter will now be called X.
I'm getting tired of man. I'm getting Elon. I'm getting tired of Twitter, man. It's something every week, bro.
Every week, you paid $44 billion for it. And I mean, like you said, every week is something. He changes something up. He's limiting how many times you can do this. I saw some people complain about him limiting how many times you can DM on the app. Cheech and Chong, I had to block Cheech and Chong.
Boy, they must have paid him that bag, boy.
We know at this point the gummies are 100% legal. Shout out to Cheech and Chong, had to block you though. Sorry about it. But yeah, Twitter will no longer be called Twitter. So RIP. It's been good rocking with you as long as I have, but now it will be referred to as X. So I don't know what we're gonna call our tweets now, but like AB said, we about tired of this shit, Elon.
Yeah, man. Come on now, give it a rest. Let it do what it do, man. Whatever your marketing strategy is, man. Like sit it down and let it work, man. This shit getting tiresome, man.
It is. It'd be interesting to see if it continues to thrive. He always, talks about the users and it's up higher. I know he's, offering some ad revenue and said he wants it to be a place where, creators can basically look, you can have a full-time gig creating content on Twitter. We'll see if that actually happens. Threads. I don't think I open my Threads.
Man, I'll open my Threads probably like once every 3-4 days, but I don't.
Threads had a good run.
It then run over already.
It had a good 48-hour run. Or maybe I'm just out the loop. But I open my Threads probably, like you said, when I see the icon, like, oh shit, I forgot.
Yeah. It's a lot, man. It's a lot. It's a lot to try to keep up with all this. What's your top two? So
Twitter. I've been Twitter been my thing since probably 2009. I think I signed either 2008 or 2009. So I've always rocked with Twitter and Instagram. Never got to the TikTok.
X.
Oh yeah, well X and Instagram. RP Twitter. X and Instagram are my top two. My Snap. I still use Snap.
Ooh,
I actually got a group chat.
Wow, boy.
Huh?
Wow, boy, we want to Snap. that boy, wow.
I invested in Snap. So I said I'm always use Snap.
Okay, okay. Good.
I invested in that, so they're gonna get my traffic.
Good comeback.
And one of you gotta grow up, bro. You gotta grow up, dog. So Snap, me and my boys, we got our group chat on Snap too, and it is, obviously, 24 hours it stays in there and it goes. You can save stuff in the chat, shit. So yeah, we still rocking on Snap. My daughter they actually still use Snap. So my kids use Snap, TikTok. Like I said, I can't do the TikTok thing, but I hear it is very better than Google. If you want to go and search some shit, hey, how to take real estate pictures, you can go on the TikTok rabbit hole on that and get some shit. In the YouTube, I can go in the YouTube rabbit hole. So, but Twitter, X, and Instagram, my top two. What you want, man? You gotta grow up.
Nah, I'll never grow up.
Y'all gotta chill, man.
I'm gonna go with top two. So I would say Twitter, IG. I use Twitter more. I mean, I use Instagram more.
Mm-hmm.
I actually scroll through Twitter or X, quite a bit or whatever. I'm not on TikTok. I don't use the Snap. Trying to really get in on my LinkedIn though. It's been tough, but just like on the business side, just really trying to tap in and make some connections.
Yeah.
But I would say Instagram and X, formerly known as Twitter.
No Facebook. No Meta. I can't
I have
remember
Facebook. I have Facebook. I do go up there every now and then, and posting some stuff and just a lot of my. That's why I see a lot of my folks that's around the way. When it's like shit going on, when I want to get a good laugh, I'll go on Facebook and find some stuff. But
that's where your uncle and aunties at.
Facts.
But hey, shout out to the social network. Hey, y'all don't get too caught up on it though, man. You still gotta live your, get outside, get some fresh air, interact with some people, have some real. So it's funny actually. Before we move on, because I got my nieces here. I was talking to my kids and my nieces. I forget what initiated the conversation, but we was talking about like handshakes. Oh, nah. So I was dapping one of my kids up or something. She like dapped me up with her left hand. I'm like, nah, you always dap me up with your right hand. Boo, boo. And I'm like, I'll ask my oldest. I'm like, have I told you that before? She's like, yeah, you told me a while ago. Always dap whatever pound with your right hand. So I'm like, all right. Then I asked them, she asked me, how do we shake hands with my brothers and all this stuff? And I'm like, yo, anytime you see my boys and my brothers, like it's always some type of either it's a dap, it's a pound, hug, whatever it is, it's some type of physical interaction. Pause. I'm like, what about y'all? They're like, oh no, we don't really do that with my girlfriends. But like our guy friends, we'll do that with their handshake or something. But like with my girl, I'm like, that's interesting. So next time, ask your kids how but it led to a whole conversation, which it's always interesting when you're talking to teenagers and young adults. My nieces are a little older than my oldest, which is 14. Yeah. But it was very interesting to have that conversation. But y'all get out here, don't get too caught up in this virtual world, man. Have some.
They telling you like if you don't get caught up in it, you can get left behind.
Yeah,
it's tough, man. Because a part of me, I'm like, growing up, you be like, man, that old head right there, man, he stuck in his ways, man. He don't never want to. And sometimes
evolve.
I feel myself drifting in that lane. Like I'm gonna be that old head, just kind of like. But then you kind of look at some of this stuff and be like, man, you get lost in the sauce if you don't keep up. And luckily, I do have 3 fairly young kids, so they obviously they'll keep me sharp. But whew.
So it's a lot of stuff you don't want to keep up with. And I'd be like, yeah, I'm gonna be stuck in my old ways with some of it. Whew. Different world we living in, AB.
I know, D-But it's wild out here, man.
Different world. My kids be checking me. Sometimes I say something. Hey, Dad, you can't say that. Oh,
man. Okay. I was just having that conversation with somebody. Man, one of my homeboys I grew up with, and his daughter. Think she might be like a sophomore, maybe going to her sophomore year. But my homeboy and his wife, I grew up with them. And growing up, we say some different words or whatever the case may be, and we go on with it. And he was like, yo, his daughters checked him a few times, just like he said, like, hey, Dad, nah, you can't say that, like, or don't say that, like, hey.
And it's I'm talking about just like it ain't. Word really? Oh yeah, nah, you can't. Don't get canceled, Daddy.
Woo.
All right.
Don't get canceled, D-Buck.
But moving on. What you want to talk about next? Actually, you know what? Let's play out a little. We got to do our FanDuel Read Sportsbook of the world.
Yeah.
We can get to this AFC North talk.
Yeah.
Let's get it.
The U.S. women's soccer team is taking on the world, and you can take home bonus bets every time they win with FanDuel. Because right now, new customers get $100 in bonus bets, guaranteed. Plus another $10 in bonus bets for every Team USA win. Just go to FanDuel.com/M2M Live and sign up between now and August 3rd. Then place your first $5 bet to unlock your bonus bets. That way, you'll be all set to bet on everything from total goals to player props. My favorite. All tournament long. However,
you want to play. Don't miss your chance to get $10 in bonus bets for every Team USA win, plus $100 in bonus bets guaranteed. Go to FanDuel.com/M2M Live to sign up today. Make every moment more with FanDuel, America's #1 sportsbook. How many takes you think that took?
About 3.
On the head, 3.
Yeah.
Like it was like the third paragraph caught me. I stumbled a little bit on the but yeah, three takes, shouty. But we got through it, man. You ready to get this AFC North?
Let's get it going.
We ain't talking about F1.
Let's get F1, man. We can talk about that at the end. It's gonna take like 5 minutes. Everybody already know who won,
Bet. All right, so we'll jump right to it, man. That's what y'all came for. Some more football talk. AFC North, like we said earlier, should be one of the best divisions in football. The whole AFC conference is stacked. We got a lot of talent in this division right here. Bengals, ABs, Cincinnati Bengals right now sit at the top as the betting favorites to win the division at plus 130. The Baltimore Ravens come in second, plus 250. The Browns plus 390, and the Steelers at plus 470 preseason odds on the FanDuel Sportsbook to win the AFC North. Take a peek real quick at the handle. You got the handle, AB. If you want it.
Man, we're at the handle AFC North. We got Cincinnati Bengals coming in 31%. Your Baltimore Ravens at 15%. The Cleveland Browns at 18%, and the Pittsburgh Steelers at 36%.
And then the percentage of people betting on each team: 27% Bengals, 16% Ravens, 20% Browns, 37% again on the Steelers. So a lot of people trying to make some money with those high odds down there. Real quick, once again, what the handle means in sports betting. The handle is simply the total amount of money the sportsbook has accepted in bets on the game or period of time from the bettors. Let's get to it. Let's start with the Steelers. Let's start with the Steelers right here. Their prop, their over is at 8.5. It's a good line for them. 8.5.
Over. Hey, how can I go against the Pittsburgh Steelers? Mike Tomlin, 757 native, Denby High School graduate. Since he's been with the team, I think he is going on year
16, I think. 16 or 17.
And he just, he always has that team ready to play. It doesn't always look pretty throughout the season, but a Pittsburgh Steelers, Mike Tomlin-led team is going to come ready to play. So over 8.5 wins from AB.
I'm with you. I hope TJ Watt can stay healthy. Obviously, a completely different team with him on the field. Love some of their core guys on defense. Added Pat P to the secondary. I still think he got another good couple years in him as a player. TJ Watt, Minka, love Minka on a deep safety position. And like you said, starts with the head coach, starts with the stable organization that the Pittsburgh Steelers are. So here we go. I'm right there with you at over 8.5 wins, and right now in the sports book, minus 150.
One more thing. Quarterback, Kenny Pickett. He will make a big jump this year on the center. I like the young fella.
Okay.
I like
what
the young
about
fella. I feel like Kenny Pickett will make a big jump this year.
George Pickens, Claypool is out of there now. George Pickens should take that next step. Very, very talented last year as a rookie. I don't think he got enough targets, especially deep targets down the field. But a lot of that is that offensive line. And then can Kenny Pickett take that other step? That was one of the few rookies that you wanted in there from jump to be a starter. He was a guy obviously very familiar with the city and that stadium, playing his college ball in Pittsburgh. I think he went through his senior year, so should be ready to take that next jump in the league. So we're both on the same page with that one with the over. Now let's go to Cleveland Browns.
Woo!
They Cleveland 9.5. Yeah, 9.5 win total right now. If you bet the over, you get some plus on your money. You'll make a little bit of money on your money. Plus 108 right now with the over on the sports book. Over under 9.5 wins for the Cleveland Browns. What you thinking, AB?
It's a tough one right here.
It's the Browns in a tough division. Deshaun Watson, full offseason, full preseason.
Nick Chubb.
Got Chubb, Coop.
Damn.
Njoku. Good offensive line.
I'm gonna go over, man.
Ooh.
Hey, Deshaun Watson, before that year that he did not play football, arguably one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL. I think what we saw last year was expected. Not playing ball. So to your point, you got to have a quarterback and a dog at that position to win in this league. I think he gets that. Like you said, full off season with his guys. In the backfield, another dog. his wide receiver number 1, a dog. Tight end, a dog. Andrew Berry is creating a culture in that building, a winning culture. Obviously here you see Myles Garrett, one of the best edge rushers in the game. So with all that being said, in a tough division, I have Cleveland Browns winning at least 10 games.
Give me the under. Give me the under. I don't have faith in the defense. I don't have faith in the defense. And they lost Kareem Hunt too. I know Nick Chubb is a beast back then. I feel like anybody that you put in that backfield with him will excel as well with that offensive line. Deshaun Watson, definitely expect him to be better this year. But when you look at these last two teams we're going to get to, with them quarterbacks, I still think Deshaun Watson, I think he'll probably be the third best quarterback in this division. Tough division. Somebody in the chat, please let me know who the AFC, what divisions they play against this year. But I'm going under right now. I can see a 9-8 season for the Browns right now. Probably Browns and the Steelers will probably be around that 9-8 range. So I'm going under for the Cleveland Browns, under that 9.5 win total right now. Even though I like what they got going on, look good on paper. I'm going under 9.5. AB's going over, so we're on different pages on that one. 10.5 wins. That's the over-under win total for the Baltimore Ravens right now. 10.5. Now, we know Lamar Jackson is out there. Lamar Jackson plays. Lamar Jackson wins at a higher clip than most other quarterbacks in NFL history. Don't think that changes this year. Love the coach. Harbaugh been there a long time. You know, that Ravens culture has been a thing. You saw a little bit of different shit going on in probably the past year. I think they rein that in, get that under control, make Lamar Jackson the highest paid player in NFL history, deservingly so. Brought in Odell, drafted Zay Flowers to get healthier in the backfield. Defensively, they've always had an identity on defense, so I think they'll be fine there with McDonald. I'm going over. I'm going to jump out the gate right now and go over. Lamar Jackson wins. Lamar Jackson plays. He's healthy this year. He's in the MVP race. Ravens win more than 10 games. And before we even get to it, Ravens win this division. Where you at, AB?
Over 10.5.
Okay. So you over too. That's a high win total.
Yeah, that's 11. That's 11 games. That's 11-6. I see Baltimore going 11-6. Shit, I might have all. Well, not Mike. I'm gonna have all the teams in the AFC North over. Best division in football this year, man. Over.
Okay.
Man. Best division in football this year. I believe that. Lit Nick says that the AFC North is playing the AFC South. The AFC East, Oh, he said, I believe. I don't know.
Yeah, it is it.
Because I would think that you.
I thought it was only 2 other divisions.
Yeah. That's why.
I'm gonna put the whole
Nick,
league in there.
I let Nick. You would not be back up on the man-to-man screen for another week or 2.
Hey, Nick, you might be right. I don't know, but
that shit look a little suspect. But
yeah.
But again, like I'm gonna go Baltimore over 10.5.
Okay.
I'm with you on this one.
So we're on the same page. Baltimore over 10.5 wins. Yeah, I see him around that 12-5. Shit, probably even 13-4. Like Lamar and the Ravens, they win. Point blank, period. And another team.
Hey, hold on. Let me say, don't speak with my mom, man. Hey, Cincinnati Bengals, man. My man Joe Cool, you know what I'm saying, the company, man, over 11.5 wins or over under 11.5 wins. I'm going to jump out there. They're going to be over.
As high.
Yeah. High expectations. That's what we have. Going into the season, high expectations, man. They've been very, very close. They got to get over that hump, man. But I got Cincinnati Bengals over 11.5 wins this year. What you thinking about?
Look, first of all, they done kick my dog out, man. First, I need a little more clarity real quick on who they're playing. Now, Nick, you put some on you. That was questionable, them divisions you put in here. I know Nakiba, she put some accurate information in here. Trash, she put some accurate information in here. Use G.I. Joe 3-1, he put some accurate information. Triple J, all these people, Prix, Tone Gaines, a lot of people over the months, over the years, they built up some credibility with the information that they put in the chat. So we take this serious. Brad, so I need to know which divisions are playing which divisions. But so Ace Boogie, I think this is a trustworthy man-to-man live source. They play against the AFC South and the NFC West. I'm still going under. I'm going under. I can see him at 11-6 this year. Lost a big piece on defense. And I know safeties aren't valued around the league how they should be. But Jesse Bates, for his whole career that he was in Cincy, he was a big part of that defense. And to lose a player like that, especially with the quarterbacks and the offenses in this division, I think maybe they take a little step back this year, still competitive in the playoffs. I'm going under. So I got the Bengals and the Browns under their win total, and I got the Steelers and the Ravens over.
I got everybody over.
AB got everybody over.
Man, this is gonna be a good division, man. It's gonna be some tough football as always. I'm looking forward to it. And I don't think it's too far-fetched for all these teams to win more than they over under total.
Well, who you got winning division? All right. No surprises here, Bengals.
No. I'm not gonna say that. I feel like Lamar Jackson, he's a winner. You know what I mean? So if he's healthy, if he's playing, and like you said, you touched on like that Baltimore culture, they're always gonna have a solid defense. You bring in Dave Flowers, you bring in OBJ. We don't know what we're gonna get on that standpoint, but it's just not going to be a Bengals just going to win. Now, I'm not going to sit and say that. I definitely feel like the Bengals and Baltimore the top two. If I had to give the nod to anybody right now, it would be the Bengals, just because they've been playing with each other the longest. Obviously, come on, man, grow up, man. But we got to go out there and see. But I'll give the nod to the Bengals right now.
All right, so AB got the Bengals winning the division at plus 130. Like I said, no surprises there. He's been consistently with them since Joe Burrow took the helm, and obviously their playoff success. I mean, what they've done the last 2 years compared to what they've done the previous 30, they've already outperformed that. And I'm going with the Ravens. Ravens, man. I think we're going to get Lamar Jackson's best ball. Reports have come out from some people that have been around and talked to some people in the Ravens organization. I think I heard James Jones say this actually, and I trust James Jones. He's been a credible source, former receiver, friend of the pod. Said there's going to be a lot more passing. In this offense, and reports have also been that Zay Flowers has looked like wide receiver one so far in that camp, and that's why you drafted a guy in the first round. You want him to come in and impact the team immediately. So I think we get a great year offensively from that Baltimore Ravens squad. And I like Lamar Jackson dropping back and passing the ball more and repping those things in practice. And then when it comes to nut cutting time, pause, he's going to play his best ball. And then taking off and running when he needs to. That's always a weapon. And when it's off script, I feel like that's the worst for the defense. For a secondary, all right, 3rd and 7, this is the menu of route concepts. Okay, we got perfect. We picked everything up. And now this motherfucker takes off for 40 yards. Like that's just demoralizing for a defense. So I got the Ravens at plus 250 right now. I think that's good value, great value too right now to win this division. So Baltimore Ravens win the AFC North this year. That's my official pick.
Hey, I got a question for you. You talk about Zay Flowers being receiver number one. He does most of his damage inside. Do you think a offense could be that dominant with your number one receiver being a inside receiver?
Yeah, I think in today's NFL, your wide receiver one got to be able to move around. I think
get moving around.
I don't think he's. I think we'll see him on the outside and the inside. Now he's a smaller receiver, but
that's my point. We haven't seen too many smaller receivers play outside.
Steve Smith. That was my comp for him.
We haven't seen too many receivers.
Steve Smith
play outside at number one and be that dominant, consistent dominant.
T.Y. Hilton, Steve Smith.
Okay.
Tyler Lockett had some years where he was kind of like that number one guy.
No.
Okay. We're going to have a guest on the pod soon. Tyler Lockett's teammate, Quandre Diggs. We're going to have that conversation too. But I think he's the way he's built, the way he plays, South Florida guy, the connection he's going to have with Lamar. I think we're going to see him thrive on the outside and the inside. And then we got Odell, which we know is a dominant force outside if he's healthy, if we get in the same Odell. And then those tight ends, Mark Andrews, Isaiah Likely, like that's a hell of a combo at the tight end.
For sure.
Position. But I think we'll see. Yeah, Justin Jefferson does a lot of his damage on the inside. Obviously, he played all inside in college, but he does a lot of damage on the inside. Devontae Adams does damage on the inside. Diggs.
But again, with those names though, Devontae Adams, he lines up at one quite a bit. Stephon Diggs lines up at number one quite a bit. And I think being a plus is that they can move inside and still be effective as they are outside. But again, no knock. It's just a question.
We shall see.
Being a smaller receiver, can you be that number one and you're predominantly lined up in the slot?
Yeah.
Obviously, he comes out and, he has talent, like, talented as hell. And obviously has some, he's going to have to be moved around so defenses can't, hone in where he's going to be at every given down. But just a question. When I heard you say what, James Jones said he was looking like as receiver one.
Yeah, I think we'll see it. But yeah, that's gonna be a fun team, a fun division, fun offense to watch. Like you think about smaller receivers. So we got two of them in Miami with Tyreek and Waddle. Obviously, they elite speed. The elite top end speed, but I think Zay Flowers would be all right. Speaking of speed, like you said, we're gonna fly through this. F1 had the Hungarian Grand Prix. Most importantly, on the FanDuel Sportsbook, they let me put together this parlay. This was plus 189, I believe, when the race started. So if you bet $100, you would win $189. George Russell, he was starting in 18th position, had a bad qualifying, but I anticipated him flying up the track and getting into the points. But he was the biggest play on this that kind of bumped those odds up. I had Carlos Sainz, George Russell, and Fernando Alonso getting into the points. That's finishing top 10 in the race. All three of them did it. So we won. We hit the parlay. Now, this is 2 for 3 in the F1 parlay so far this season. So y'all lock in, tap in on this parlay hit. Shout out to the sports book, put the tweet out, letting everybody know. And AB, shockingly, surprisingly, it caught us all off guard with who won the Grand Prix out there in Hungary.
Hey, who won, D-Buck?
Max found a way. Even though he started in P2, he took the lead on the first turn. Lewis Hamilton got pole position, his 104th pole position, which is a record. He just broke his own record. 104th time he's gotten pole positions, which is you're starting at the first spot because you did the best in qualifying. But Max Verstappen took the lead in his Red Bull and never looked back. Won the race by over 30 seconds. And the team won their 12th consecutive race, which is the first time in Formula One history that a team has won 12. They broke the tie with McLaren. So, yeah, as this tweet from ESPN F1 stated, set a new record. Playing on easy mode right now with this damn car. Max got the win. His first place trophy got broken by Lando Norris, who finished second place. First time he's gotten back-to-back podiums in his Formula One career. And for the first time I can say, though, for this season, his race was boring as shit. This one was boring as shit, AB. I know you didn't watch it, but I did. I got up on Sunday, 9 in the morning, and the race was boring as shit. So,
man,
I feel you. But shout out to Red Bull and their dominance. Shout out to Max. He's won his 7th race in a row. I think if he wins 8th, that'll be the first time a driver has ever won 8 consecutive races. Nico Rosberg, old Mercedes driver, has the record right now. Tied the record right now with 7 consecutive. But yeah, shout out to Red Bull. Shout out to AB for making this prediction, that bold prediction that Max will win again.
When the next one?
This weekend we have the Belgian Grand Prix, I believe.
Max wins.
So if Max wins, like I said,
that's from my film study, D-Buck.
Hey, you sharp. He might be a bed sharp. If he wins, this would be an 8th consecutive win for Max in his car, and he would have the record all by his lonesome. I did watch some golf. Somebody mentioned some golf. I did watch some golf this weekend too. Is it Hartman who won the Open Championship?
Yeah,
5'7", lefty. Won the Open. A dominant performance, but yeah. We'll see what's up with F1, but that one was definitely boring. Getting to AB sport.
Hey man, I'm excited for this one. This Saturday we got Spence and Crawford going at it, and obviously FanDuel money line Errol Spence versus Terrence Crawford, and Errol Spence plus 116. D-Butt, who do you like in this matchup this weekend?
I'm gonna go with Bud, man. These two dogs. This the fight. A lot of boxing fans want it. I'm hoping we get a rematch, a trilogy, whatever. I love seeing the two of the best in the game going at it. But I'm going Bud, man. Slight favorite here. I'm going Bud Crawford. Give me Bud Crawford right now, like you said on the sports book. He's at minus 146. So a slight favorite. But I'm going with Bud. I think Spence is probably a bigger draw right now, so he's probably going to be on the A side. But I'm going with Terrence Bud Crawford to get the win. I don't think he knocks him out, though. I think it's going to come down to a decision. Bud's going to get the win, and we get a rematch. What you think? Which way you going on this one? You're the real. Hey,
I'm on Bud, man.
I'm a casual, guys. AB is the real boxing fan here, so take what I say with a grain of salt and listen to this man when he talking boxing. So where you going with it?
Nah, man, I'm going Bud, man. When they first announced this matchup, I was leaning more to Spence, man. But just thinking about, you know what, and not taking anything away from Spence, but what Bud, you know, what he brings to the table, man. Two great fighters. To your point, I hope it goes to decision.
Mm-hmm.
And then hopefully we can get that trilogy like a lot of the great ones have gone. But I'm gonna go Bud on this one, man. I'm gonna go Bud this Saturday. It's gonna be good, man.
I think it's gonna be a great one, man. Won't be making the trip. I actually be in Indy this weekend. So if you know anybody with a dope fight party, holla at me. Let me know. Going out to Indy for a wedding for one of my guys, man. But it should be a great fight. I don't think somebody mentioned it's not getting promoted like it should be. I agree. But these are two great fighters, and I can't wait to see it.
Yeah,
can't wait to see this one. They're gonna get my bread with this one.
Facts, good minds as well.
Man, we about to get up out of here, man. We can fly through some of these. We had the Madden ratings coming out. We talked to them before the show, how important they are. Real quick, top 10 quarterbacks. As we expected, Patrick Mahomes at the top, back in the 99 club, 99 rating. Joe Burrow, number 2, 95 rating. Josh Allen, number 3, 94. Lamar Jackson, number 4, the 91 rating. Jalen Hurts, 88 rating to round out the top 5. Then you got Herbert, Prescott, Rodgers, Cousins, and Tua.
Not bad. Not a bad list. Some quarterbacks I think could have a higher rating, but hey, I'm not mad at it.
Not a bad list. But I I'm a big fan. I got 1, 2, 3 of my quarterbacks on this list.
Sheesh.
Got Hurts, Herbert, and Tua on this list.
Hurts should be in 90s.
Yeah, I think Hurts should be up in that 3 position. I wouldn't be mad if he was a 2, honestly. And this is a year-by-year thing for me. Obviously, Burrow, I think he's got one more year on him. But since Jalen Hurts has taken over that starting position, nobody had Eagles going to the playoffs his first year as a starter. And then his second year as a starter, nobody had them going to the Super Bowl. A lot of people put a knock on him, like he's surrounded by great talent, good offensive line, good weapons, good defense.
What good quarterbacks now?
Exactly. And that's just the front office doing their job, putting a good team around them. But I don't think you can just plug and play any quarterback in that position. They have the same type of success. So I'm with you. He's an 88. I think he should be in the 90s club. Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson. Like you said, good group of guys. Yeah. Running backs, take a peek. C. Chubb, C-Mac, Josh Jacobs, Derrick Henry, Saquon, Cook, Eckler, Taylor, Pollard, Jones. Like most of this list in the contract.
Yep. Right now. Good solid list there. Good solid list. We got next top 10 receivers. We got Justin Jefferson, 99. We got Tyreek Hill, Devontae Adams, Stephon Diggs, Cooper Kupp is your top 5. And rounding out the top 10, Jamal Chase, DeAndre Hopkins, T-Mac, AJ Brown, and Amari Cooper.
Get to these DBs real quick.
You got your corners. You got Jalen Ramsey at 97, Jair Alexander, Patrick Surtain, Sauce Gardner, Marlon Humphrey, top 5. And again, rounding out the top 10, Darius Slay Jr., Stephon Gilmore, Marshawn Lattimore, Tre'Davious White, and Denzel Ward.
I need Slay to be a little higher on that list, but no big complaints here. We got the safety position. We got Derwin up top, best rated safety in the league at 95. Minka, 93. Justin Simmons, Kevin Byard, who I don't like what they just made him do with his contract out there in Tennessee. Dog, absolute baller for them. Jesse Bates, 91. Honey Badger, Tyrann Matthew, 91. Buda Baker, 90. Poirier, 90. Harrison Smith, 90. And Micah Hyde in 89.
And we're going to have a great listen for you guys. And it's one of my things I want to rap with him about is him not being on his top 10 right now. I think it's a little disrespect.
Facts.
What Q Diggs been able to do out there in Seattle, but his whole career is ball. So, man, y'all be on the lookout for that. We'll probably have that out sometime this week. Q Diggs, safety for the Seattle Seahawks, man. We about to jump on with him later today. So definitely be on the lookout for that.
Yes, sir. Let Nick, you are absolutely correct. You building some more credibility in the chat. Just that quick, Nick. You might be on point, man. Didn't you predict the Eagles to go to the Super Bowl last year? Give yourself some credit. Man, I did, but there's so many of these, I say some shit and it just happened. It's kind of getting. But yeah, I did predict him to go to the Super Bowl last year because I predicted for Jalen Hurts to take that next step. And I think this year we'll see him take another step. AB picked him last year, even though he missed those last 2 games late. AB still thought he should have won the MVP. And I think he should have been definitely in the conversation, but he missed those couple weeks. Patrick Mahomes obviously had an unbelievable year. So he won it. I think rightfully so. He was my pick once the season ended. But AB said, damn that. Jalen Hurts lost 1 game in the regular season. He's his MVP, and I ain't mad at that either.
Yeah.
But we shall see, man. Anything else before we get up out of here?
Hey, get your 30 minutes in. I ain't get mine in yet. I'm gonna get mine. I'm getting back in the ring today, man. Get my hour.
Oh, okay.
On the day. But hey, get your 30 minutes in. As we say, man, health is wealth. It's a good way to start your week, clear your mind. Hey man, let's have a week. Get better at something.
You heard it, man. Let's have a week, man. We'll see y'all next Monday. Like you said, like AB said, keep your eyes peeled on the socials. The Man Pod will be dropping the Quandre Diggs Pro Bowl free safety for the Seattle Seahawks. We'll be dropping that interview soon. We'll holler at y'all next week. Go.
Man to man, yeah, we talking. Man to man, they can't guard me. Man to man, they don't wanna see us. Man to man, they don't know how to beat us. Man to man, 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 yeah, man. That's in me, that's why I want it so bad. Must be the hustler in me that keep my foot on the gas. When you got it from nothing and hard times ain't so bad. Just know I'm coming for everything that they said I couldn't have. I put my life inside it, yeah, I kept it solid. Yeah, I played the field, that's how I feel about it. We put numbers on the board, we always up the score. Yeah, we stuck to the plan and never ran. Now they can't see it, man. Yeah, we talking, man to man. They can't guard me, man to man. They don't wanna see us, man to man. They don't know how to beat us, man to man. Man to man, 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 man to man.
Any way we can get it, baby. Any way we can get it. Hey, get that 30 minutes in any way you can get it.
Yes, sir.
We out of here, man. Appreciate y'all.
Peace.